Hey everyone, welcome to the Basement Reef. Today we're going to take a look at our 90-gallon coral reef display tank and some of its inhabitants and explore how the whole system works. We intentionally set this up as a bare bones, simple reef tank that could be easily emulated by any of our customers. We've had it up and running for a couple of months now, so we're excited to share with you what's been going on with it. Again, our goal here was to create an attractive display that falls in line with what our average customer wants to see and is able to easily achieve. That is to say, a simple mixed reef display with LPS corals, SPS corals, and soft corals, as well as invertebrates and fish. Alright, now that you guys know what the tank is all about, let's take a look at some of the specific equipment we use to make this tank work. The most important thing on any coral reef tank is definitely the light that you use. And for this tank, we've decided to use a 6-bulb high output T5 ATI fixture. This provides excellent spread. As you can see with our par meter, we get 200 par up on top of our rock, and down even at the bottom of our tank, we get about 180, 190. No matter where we go, it's good. All of the flow in the tank is provided by one ice cap gyre pump. And down in the sump we have a Reef octopus protein skimmer, a little bit of mechanical filtration, and some chaetomorph algae growing under some clip-on LED bulbs that you can get on Amazon. And that's it. This really is a simple tank. Now let's take a look at all the fish that live in here. First up, we have a longjaw wrasse. I'm probably going to butcher this binomial name, but it is also known as a Chilinus oxycephalus. Wrasses are an important part of pest control in a reef tank, and we absolutely love this guy. Every day we see him swimming around, pecking at things from the corals, assuredly ridding us of pests. Next up, for our algae control, we have a foxface. Me and this individual fish go way back. It used to live in a tank that I took care of for somebody else. We grew it from about the size of a 50-cent piece until it got too rambunctious for their tank, so now it lives with us. And rounding out the fish, we have a mated pair of Clarkeye clownfish, 2 little Rollins damsels, seriously some of the most peaceful damsels you can keep. I love these guys and have had no problems, and a small yellow tang. Now let's talk about what I think is the most interesting part of any reef tank, the corals. Down in this corner we have several torch corals, that is Euphyllia glabrescens, although I have my doubts about this one. It might be Euphyllia cristata, a little grape coral. This large green torch is definitely one of the most popular corals in this tank. We catch a lot of customers watching this guy, and I gotta say, I do too. And down below that we have this little purple green tipped torch. It's not as magnificent as the green one today, but we have no doubt that as it grows it will look just as good. Over here we have a garden of what used to be known as Euphyllia, although recently reclassified as Fimbriophilia. That is your frog spawns, hammers, and octospawns. This orange octospawn in particular is stunning, the bicolor hammer. One of the good things about these guys is you can set them right next to each other, nuzzle them right into each other, and they don't sting each other or get mad about it at all. Down here we have the beginnings of our zoanthid garden. Right now we have utter chaos polyps, some blue hornets, and our very own basement reef Armageddon polyps. You can read about those guys on our Facebook. Down in the other corner we have several more LPS colonies. This short polyped green goniopora. Over here is a longer polyped goniopora that we have run through the bandsaw. That's why the top looks like that. This is an elegance coral, one of the larger LPS, kind of a solitary species, absolutely stunning. Next to that is 2 of the more common and easier to care for LPS, Blastomusa and Duncan's. Both are beautiful, both lower light, easy to care for. Every tank should have both of these corals, absolutely. And then coming up across the top of the rocks, we have this large bubble tip anemone that the Clarkeye clowns love. A little watermelon chalice from Worldwide Corals in front of that. Green Montipora digitata, really cool branching Monty. Next to that is the red plating Montipora, and beyond that is an Idaho grape Montipora. A really cool purple version of Monty. Looks awesome under the right light. This is a purple and gold scroll coral. Next to that is a Garf bonsai acropora. And our newest and probably favorite coral in this tank is this unknown species of branching turbinaria, as featured in a recent Reef Builders article that we'll definitely be linking in the description below. Reef Builders posits that this coral could be a turbinaria heroensis, and while the growth pattern is certainly similar to that coral, since we've gotten it in, we've noticed that the polyps seem to extend during the day and close at night, which is not what you would expect out of heroensis. I talked it over with a buddy of mine in the industry, and he brought up the intriguing possibility that it is a turbinaria peltata. Definitely a strange shape for those guys here, but everything else about it seems right. So we're excited to let this guy continue to grow, see if it keeps its shape, and see if we can't someday come up with a better identification for it. So that's our 90-gallon coral reef display tank. We're excited to hear what you guys thought about it, what you guys think we could add to it, what you might do differently. We'd like to know if this was any sort of inspiration to you, and we had a lot of fun shooting it, so hopefully you enjoyed watching it today.